Hey, everybody. Today I'm answering a viewer question. If you have a question about a relationship, could be any type of a relationship, a work relationship, a family relationship, a friend relationship, it could be a romantic relationship. Feel free to ask, and I will try to get through them in different videos that I do here on my YouTube channel, Dr. Seth Psychologist. So, actually, I want to share a question that I got and I'll answer it. But I actually want to take this chance also to address another issue that I think is related. Here's the question that I got. Should two people who once were together in a romantic relationship, is it okay if they ever get back together? Can that work if two people get back together? And just think for yourself if you have your own thoughts or opinion about that. Do you think, in general, when a relationship has been going on for a while and it doesn't work, do you think later, if those two same people try to do it again, do you think that maybe the next time it probably will work? What do you think? A lot of people will have a hard and fast rule. No, don't ever try to get back together with somebody if it didn't work the first time. Other people will say, definitely I would try it, depending on the circumstances. My answer is probably in the middle of that. So, as a clinical psychologist, my answer is that typically, if a relationship didn't work the first time, it will not often happily work if those two same people try to make it work in the future. Now, there are, of course, many cases when it could work. Two people can get back together and have a functioning, even a good relationship later. But in most cases, the same issues that caused the relationship to end in the beginning, in the first relationship, will often come back to negatively impact the relationship and cause it to be unhappy later. Now, here's one thing that we need to remember though. Just because somebody is in a relationship and unhappy doesn't mean that they necessarily will end it. There are a lot of people who are in unhappy romantic relationships today and have been unhappy for months. Many have even been unhappy for years. Would you believe that some people in some romantic relationships have actually are still technically together but have been unhappy for decades? It does happen. So the question isn't, will that relationship, if two people get together, will that relationship last or end? No, the question is, can that relationship, if two people get back together, can it be a good one that lasts? That is the goal, right? Not just to have somebody, but to have a good, solid relationship that brings out the best in each person. But you know what this topic is also related to when we talk about relationship satisfaction, people maybe staying in relationships even if they're unhappy. This also brings up the issue of just people who sometimes stay in a relationship because they don't want to be alone, because they are afraid of being alone, because they are afraid of being single. Some people just feel incredibly uncomfortable if they aren't romantically attached to someone else. And a lot of times, these individuals can be very conscious of their image. And actually, a lot of times, it's about how it may look to others, what other people may think if they're single. This is sort of this faulty idea that people are good or better if they're in a relationship. I think that what matters is the quality of a person, not whether they are single or whether they are in a relationship. But people who tend to be more insecure on their own, more insecure individually, they tend to have difficulty being single because they want to be attached to someone else and they want others to see them as what they think of as normal. And a lot of times, people who really hate to be alone or even can't be alone, can't truly be single and happy, Those individuals are people who tell themselves that it is normal to be in a relationship. Deep down, if we really look at their thinking, at their beliefs, a lot of times people who are uncomfortable or even hate being single or alone, deep down, they actually believe that they should be in a relationship because normal people are in relationships. Again, I do not agree. I do not believe that is true. I think that everybody is different. Some people have needs to be in a relationship, and some people actually are okay and can be happy being on their own. What matters is each person knowing who they are, knowing what their emotional needs are, and getting them met. Now, for some people, that may be being in a relationship, but not everybody will choose to be in a long term relationship, and that can be perfectly okay too. I'm Dr. Seth, psychologist. And again, if you have a relationship related question, doesn't matter what kind of a relationship it is, feel free to put a question in the comments and I will try to get to all of them.